Welcome back. This is another task that has to do with W3 school. Our assignment is 5 5 1 2 3 4 5. For peradventure, I've already coded all these ones. So what's the first name here? Home.html, or you can use intro.html. But everything from this five, you can code it in one place. So the next agenda will be this HTML headings, and then I'll just count five again. So let's check it in VS Code. So this is the code so far for the first task. And it has to do with all the attributes that you can first encounter in HTML. Attribute of heading, paragraphs, link, and then image. So these are the tasks. Now let me quickly explain this before moving to second assignment. This is the first assignment from home to attributes. And after the attribute, you can answer these questions. You can code this challenge. Now, if you check the first home that we have here, so just go through it. So it's the same thing with what we did in class. So this is the small page. This is how the structure of HTML page will look like. Without this structure, server cannot interpret your document. So it has to do with opening tag and close tag. Opening tag, close tag. Then the three major consecutive parts tag that you must always have in mind is the head tag, the body tag, and the footer tag. W3 could make it simpler for us to understand. So the same tag. So the tax one has finished here. So I coded tax one into this place. This is my tax one. So I will just move to the next page, which is introduction to. So within this place, you have the same tags from the first one and the second one. So I don't need to recode this, but you can read through this. HTML stand for characteristic of HTML. What is HTML? So these are the facts about HTML. This one is for fast thinking and fast coding experience so that we can build ourselves and get stronger when coding HTML. So you can just read through, and if you see something new, then you jot it down in your jotter. But if it's not clear to you, bring it to class and let's work on it together. Now we'll move to the next one. The next one is HTML editor. Editor is the place that we write code. Example of editor is this particular VS Code. You can use Atom, you can use Notepad++. So from here, they recommend Notepad++. You can even use ordinary Notepad. You can use Atom, you can use Phoenix, you can use bracket, so on and so forth. So these are the place you can write code, create a code in HTML and other programming language as well. So the same code again, so we don't need to rewrite it. So you can just go through it and then just something down, code the necessary one, and then move to the next page. Now let's move to the next page. So we'll move to basic. So under this basic, these are basic example. Getting used to doc type HTML. You are telling the server the kind of document you are working with, which means every one of your files that have to do with HTML will have the extension of HTML, which is, let's say, test.html and so forth. This one is intro.html. As you can see, the second one is what? Where's the second one? Session.html, session2.html. Then the second one should be home.html, or I can change this one to attribute.html. So that's that about that. Heading, to apply heading to your website. Now this is another new code that is different from the former one you have been working with. So try it yourself. So this one is the same thing as this. So after coding the first one, I use BR to do what? To give a line break. This is a line break. Now this is the next code. Now let's check the next agenda. So move to the next page again. After basic, we have element. Within the element, we have HTML element. The tag holds every element. If I have the tag is talking about, is describing the element. So if my first heading here means that this is what? An heading element. What kind of heading element? Heading 1, which is the biggest one. So this one now is what? A paragraph element. Any letter or actions or words or information inside the tag, the name of the tag will determine the element. The name of this tag is paragraph. We code it with P, the first letter of paragraph. So and that's that about that. Now if we move to the next page, I think this is this one now. This is what I'm having here. Okay, let me check. I don't think so. We have two paragraphs. I think it's in the next. Now after element we have attribute. I think it's inside attribute. Attribute has to do with attribute provide additional information about the element. We are still on element. For example, anchor tag and hyperreference. This is what we call hyperreference. This hyperreference allows us to link page together, either absolute, so we are link get information through absolute part or get it through relative part. If I want to get information from another website to my own website or web page, I'm using what? I'm using a relative part. So the longer one here is okay, absolute part. You can see very long that this is the document, but this document is inside images is inside this folder. So this is what we call absolute part, and this one is relative part. So relative is just like the one here, is inside the same place, the same files with the same place where the folder is. But absolute means in another folder, maybe from another website. You can get images from another website. Just get the link. It can be linked to image, can be links to information. So you can see the alt attribute to describe the kind of images or the kind of image you are putting into your web page. So and you can just code this. But before you code it, you have to download some image, create a folder inside this place, and then paste all this inside. So these are the first assignment. So the second assignment will start from here. Second assignment will start from heading, paragraph, style. Just count 5 again and code them. So I will call the second assignment heading.html. Come back to this place. Click on for a file like this. No. It's going to inside the image like that. Click on this one and then click on the file. Call it what? Heading.html. Press enter. Press shift 1. Then press enter. But the shift 1 has not been activated or have not been off yet. Just come up with this method. Just copy this. And then come to the edit side and paste it. Let us close this. Close. And what? Now you must learn how to understand how close and open tag, arrangement of nested close, and so on and so forth. Now I'm changing this one to W Driscoll, and the name of this one will be Eddie. Because then I'll start coding. So anything I find here, I'll start coding them immediately. So please, you can go through that and quickly do that. I will meet in the next video. Bye for now.